Every organization needs business continuity planning. Let's talk about the goals of business continuity planning in the context of emergency situation. The ultimate goals is really to ensure continuous operation of a business with reduced or restricted infrastructure capabilities and resources due to a disastrous event or in the event of an emergency. And also, another goal is to minimize the impact on the business performing its mission-critical work tasks. The immediate goal is, of course, to minimize the risks associated with an emergency and its consequences in terms of the dollar amount. That's really the immediate goal of business continuity planning. To accomplish these goals, you need to work on the following objectives. First of all, assessing the risks to organizational process. You have to understand the risks associated with your organizational processes. The next is creating and implementing policies, plans, procedures, and processes to deal with these emergency situations. The desired characteristics of a business continuity planning is this attitude of being quick, calm, and efficient so that you can effectively deal with this emergency situation without panicking. Some important BCP process steps include project scope and planning, business impact assessment, continuity planning, and approval and implementation. So then what's the difference between BCP and disaster recovery planning or DRP? BCP comes first, meaning BCP is a preventive measure in nature. So you try to do your best to somehow prevent the disaster from happening, or I guess you cannot really prevent it, but you do your best to create safeguards or controls so that you minimize any impact from a disaster as much as possible. So for example, you have a system that can protect your infrastructure, especially the computing resources, from any sort of flooding by installing sensors and also somehow by placing your data center at a safer place, protected from any flooding possibilities. But you can do this up to a certain level. If a real disaster, if really serious disaster occurs, then any planning you do, any preventive measures you implement wouldn't work. So in that case, if BCP fails, that's when the DRP steps kick in, or they step in to fill in the gap.